A beautiful morning to you. This is Ron Janish. It's 5:25 on the 16th of June here in California, and that means that the stock market in New York is going to open in about 1 hour. Okay, give you some bearing on time. We're going to look into some trading philosophy and concepts and that kind of neat stuff today. Uh, just to give you a little bit of background here, we're going to look when we're looking at charts in terms of actual positions. One of the things to keep an eye on is this stuff here. Now, if you see that this number here is a dark number, like dark green or blackish, then that means I have a long position, and this is a real position. This isn't the fake hypothetical stuff. That means I have a long position, and where I got in is this value here. Okay, and this number here is the dollar. It's usually dollar per contract. And over here is how much that's up or down on the day. And I guess that would be this is the wheat. So this means since yesterday's close. Okay. And so let's take a look at something where there's a short position. Here we go. Here's the euro. And we can see this number here is in red. And so somewhere, see 1323, where would that be? 1323. Be about over here. This is approximately where I got short. Okay, right around there. And this one here, you can see the open value is significantly higher than the one in the wheat. And notice that for P&L on the day, it says it's in the red, $425. And that's because this has been, even though this is a short position, this has been going uppish a little bit. Okay, and that's why you'll see this here. And I believe this is since yesterday's close, and that was our time, sometime in the early afternoon. Okay, so let's take a look at a few different positions that are on. You've seen the euro. This is the ES. So we're looking at the downside on the ES, and there's somebody in the group that likes to also follow financial astrology. And there's a financial astrologer that's predicting all kinds of interesting doom and gloom for the stock market. I guess it's not doom and gloom if you're on the short side and you make money on it, but he's predicting a move between now and October of about 20 to 30%. Now, that's a significant move, let me tell you. Personally, what you see here is what I call bread and butter trading. Okay, what I'm looking for here is a move that's generally in the range of 1 to 3% of price. Now, since I'm dealing with futures, that can be quite an interesting number. So if we take this as a 1 hour chart here, if we knock this down to an 8 hour chart, okay, if I go short at 1426, that's right around up here, okay, and I wind up getting out, let's say down here, that's about 3% of price. Right? Not very much. And that can happen in just a few days. But as a result of going for these bread and butter trades, there's a greater focus on the short-term movement of what I'm looking at. Okay. Now, if I go for monster trades, like the 20% move in a 3-month period, which would just be absolutely fantastic, then I would probably have a risk that's considerably higher in each trade or in each position. Now, the particular person that I was talking to there, he's decided he's going to be doing options. And he's going to be buying puts. And what happens when you buy puts or buy calls, whatever you spend, that is what you risk. Your risk is limited. And in 90% of the time, it's gone. It just doesn't turn into a profit. So let's take a look at what else is out there. Something else I'm looking at, and that is the VIX. Notice this one's not doing too well. Open is $20 and thing. And something about the VIX, it's just there are people who make have some really good trading systems for the VIX. But what I think I found is that most of the way of approaching the VIX, especially when it comes to futures, is very different than approaching other things. And so I'm going to be throwing the VIX out of my realm of possibilities. I think I'm much better off trading something like the ES. And as you can see, and ironically, I got in at about the same time. In the ES, I'm ahead $200 on the position, where in the VIX, down $20. So that's something to consider. Now, another one we have a position in is gold. And this one here will probably be in till sometime next week. And this looks like it has a lot more room to the downside. See, it's when you draw the median line, there's what I call the far lane. Okay, so it's a downsloper, and so your nearby lane is this one up here, and your further lane is this one down here. All right. And by the way, if you want to find out more about these techniques, if you're new to them, you go to andrewscourse.com, and on there's a thing you can email. You can join an email group, the Precision Trader email group. That's free. Okay, that's a Yahoo group. And if you take the course, one of the great benefits of taking the course is there's a private email group, which is a direct email group, so that while you still get emails through Yahoo, the more important ones, and you wind up getting directly from me to your email address, so we don't rely on a vendor like Yahoo, which I have found to be a very good thing, not to rely on them completely. Okay, so anyway, when it comes to that big, I've been, as you know, I've been looking for a sizable down move in the market. I didn't quite predict a 20%er. What I'm going to have to do in order to really look at that is I'm going to have to apply the Andrews techniques to something that's a bigger time frame, perhaps looking at weeklies. Or even monthlies, in order to determine whether or not a significant down move to this area down here is likely. Okay, so that's something that we'll be taking a look at. And let's see, let's quickly go over the positions we have on now. We are short the euro. That's a weekly chart. That's no fun. Let's look at, oh, here we go. Here's an 8-hour chart. Short the ES. Short the gold. No position in copper. Short the Russell. Long the VIX on my way out of that mess. And long the wheat. So anyway, so I thank you for your time. I wish you a very spectacular weekend. And remember, andrewscourse.com. See you next time.